The devastation is historical. This will go down as perhaps the worst mass casualty incident in Lee County, and unfortunately it is focused right here in the Beauregard area. I want to bring in Coroner Bill Harris right now, if you don't mind. At last check, the number stood at 23 men, women, and children killed in this tornado, 2 in ICU, and from what we understand from East Alabama Medical Center, more than 40 individuals injured in this storm taken there. This is horrific. How are you handling the families who are desperately searching for their loved ones tonight?
Right now we're telling everybody to go home, pray, and call whoever you can to see if you can find who you're looking for. If not, call the Emergency Management Agency. They are taking a list with any pertinent information, tattoos, descriptions, anything like that would help us. And then of the bodies we have collected, we will start the identification process in the morning, and then again search and rescue or search and recovery again in the morning and try to get those bodies identified.
Right now it stands at 23. How concerned are you that the number will just keep on rising as the sun comes up tomorrow morning?
I'm very concerned. Talked to one of the assistant chiefs of the volunteer fire department, and he said that there's just massive amounts of rubble out there that because dark got them, they could not look under it or around it. It was just too dangerous to see if there was anybody still trapped.
And now, Bill, I know you were here relatively early. You actually provided aid to a person. Can you tell me what it was like to be in that situation?
It was pretty terrifying. I'm a retired paramedic. That kind of kicked in. I stopped at the fire station because I knew we had 3 confirmed fatalities, and this guy that was there, he said, hey, I need help over here. It was a young lady that was unresponsive. As soon as the first ambulance got there and we loaded her up, the other ambulances started showing up. I don't know how many agencies provided emergency care, but it was phenomenal to watch that process, and the people here were very fortunate that the community has come together as a whole to help each other out.
Coroner Harris, thank you so much. I know you have just a horrific job, and that will continue into the weeks to come. When do you expect families will begin to get notifications that their loved ones have passed?
Tomorrow. If the process goes as we've trained for, brought in the state mortuary operations response team, then we should, depending on how many, if we find any more, but what we have now, if that number doesn't rise, I'll look for us to have them identified and released to funeral homes and families by end of day tomorrow.
Oh, God, it's just getting harder and harder. Coroner Bill Harris, thank you so much. Sheriff Jay Jones, if you have 2 seconds, do you mind grabbing Sheriff Jay Jones for me? The first responders, you heard Sheriff Jones say this was really their finest hour and the darkest hour impacting the Beauregard community tonight. Again, the latest number stands at 23 confirmed fatalities, men, women, and children dying in the tornado here in the Lee County area. We're talking about Highway 51 South and, of course, Lee Road 38. The command center is actually going to be staying here at Sanford Middle School tomorrow. We understand donations are being taken at a church in Auburn. There is also Providence Baptist Church providing housing for those families who either lost a loved one, lost their home, or both here in the Beauregard community. But you heard Sheriff Jones, and he's doing another interview right now, but just to what he said about the first responders that immediately came down, and it was still really bad weather when they got here because we had that second tornado warning come in the same path in Beauregard. They were here, they were ready to help, and their mission was to first of all search and recover and search and try to save as many lives as possible. We heard from East Alabama Medical Center, 40 plus people were taken there with injuries. We do know 2 are listed in serious condition in ICU tonight, and again 23 men, women, and children confirmed dead in what will be the worst natural disaster catastrophe in Lee County history without a doubt. News 3, we've been here throughout the day. We will be here tomorrow and in the days and weeks to come as this community gathers to recover and rebuild and support one another, because that's what East Alabama does.